This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system. Hello and welcome to the Latics Football Phone-In with me, Matt Dean.
And me, Sexy Dave Bradley.
Ooh. For you, it's only the second time you've been live in the studio, Dave.
Yep. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, guys.
Clinky clinkies.
Good evening, guys. Our special Weby influenced mugs are available at our shop.
And no money goes to Weby, which is good.
Or Dave, which is even
me.
better.
And thank you to all those 100 people who bought the Sexy Dave mugs.
I think it's more like 4.
Well, 4's more than
400.
0. Yeah.
No, 4 people. Welcome. We've not done any preparation for tonight's show because we've been working on something even more special.
Super secret.
Haven't we?
Yes,
really
we have
special.
indeed.
Yeah. Oh, Chris there flirting with you already.
Glad to see Sexy back.
Sexy's back. Bringing Sexy back.
I'm bringing Sexy back.
Got the sexy hairy back.
Yep, sweaty back. It's warm in here.
Yeah. Looked like the Altrincham game was being filmed on a Nokia camera.
Sir Winston
also called for you to get your melons out.
Melon. Yeah. So, melon out.
Melon out.
Wow.
No.
6 games, 1 loss.
Give over. Mickey's Melons responded.
Are you on an E?
Sir Winston out.
Yeah. Well, depends which one you mean. Winston Beauregard, ex-Dutch defender, but not Churchill because he's dead.
Yeah, or a smoking nice packet of Winstons.
Oh God, do you remember my grandma used to smoke them?
We do not condone advertising cigarettes.
But if you want to sponsor us,
we are open to big tobacco.
Big tobacco.
Get in touch.
Yeah. Anything, really.
Yeah. James says, Jesus Christ, Chilling Winston. Chilling Winston's a good name for a film or an ITV documentary.
Good evening, we're Chilling Winston. Thank you, good night.
Good night. Anyway.
Let's talk about the football show.
I've forgotten where we're up to in football now, Dave.
Well, we drew against Altrincham and we've got Southend on Saturday.
Yeah, and Halifax on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great to have a date.
Oh, it's someone who knows you. Oh, it's Gaz.
Gazapalooza.
Scoops with Dave in Alty.
Yeah, it was all right. Good Guinness.
Beautiful day, wasn't it?
It was too hot. After I've come back from Egypt, I just wanted it to be a nice, cool, serene day. But it was red hot. I had to stand in the shade. I was going under. Yeah. Big time.
I saw you walk past, actually. I think it was the first half with 4 bottles of water with lids off, like hyper concentrating so that you didn't drop them.
Yeah, and then you tried nicking one off me, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Clayton.
Clay.
Is that Clay?
Clay Don.
Don, who plays with Clay. MM's record. I thought I said 1,134% then. 34% win, 4% draw, 26 loss. Can we discuss? Well, Claydon, give us a call.
Give us a call.
The link is in the comments.
Yeah, just do it. Even put it in again. Even though it's sort of just there.
Do it again.
The thing is, are we counting last season? Do we count last season?
Yeah.
Or should he start from this? Should he start from this season?
Well, all them bloody Liverpool fans going about the previous cups they've won. So yeah, unfortunately, I think we have to. I wasn't impressed second half. I thought we was really poor on Saturday.
Can I just say something quickly?
Go
on. We do have a big Oasis giveaway coming up later in the show.
Yeah, if you are.
And we are only going to be considering giving anything away to new callers.
Yeah.
Because it's not that we're not grateful to older callers, but we are just desperate for new ones. So we do have tickets to give away.
Tickets to give away.
So please.
Yeah. Ring in.
Call us because we've only got Weby lined up at the minute.
And I've got a red hot question for the first time caller about
for the Oasis giveaway.
And if you answer it, you're winning.
All right.
So yeah.
It's stop funding Noel's divorce. Yep.
Okay. Like a boas.
Is anyone going to call in? We are going to speak to Weby now, but if there's no callers waiting when we finish speaking with Ibi, then we are going. Okay, Ibi.
Good evening, guys. Sexy Dave and
Hi, mate. You okay?
Good evening,
yeah,
Ibi.
Dave. Do you have a good holiday? Nice cups, guys. I heard that no money's going in my back pocket.
No, nothing, mate.
Afraid not, Ibi. No.
Not tonight, mate. All this season, but maybe if you get promoted, we might give you a cup if we get promoted.
I think we stole 2 though, so that's not bad.
Yeah, guys, I was disappointed on the weekend. I thought we should have won it, but the main thing is we're lacking goals, and the club needs to move away from Josh Stones because that isn't happening. There's free agents out there that they should consider like a goal scorer, and then we should be up there this season. But the longer this goes on, Dave and Matt, we are going to struggle.
Is that why Mickey Mellon wanted to go to Blackpool?
I don't know. You need to put that question to Mickey Mellon. But that job was apparently gone to Steve Bruce.
Yeah, he signed. Yeah, he signed on the dotted line today.
I don't think there's any substantiation in the rumours for Mellon putting his CV in at Blackpool. I think that was just a vicious gossip just to destabilise the club from our old good egghead friend, Mr. Bio.
Johnny Groton.
Yes, Johnny Groton. So I don't think it's destabilised anyone because I think we're improving. Mellon said after the Altrincham game, although we didn't get the result, we had 2 clear gilt-edged chances to win the game. We fond up, but unfortunately, friend of the show, he didn't finish him, and it's a real shame. But we need to have someone more clinical in front of goal. Like if Norwood can get fitter and stronger and probably play a bit longer on Saturday, I think we've got a good chance. But we have got Southend on Saturday. We've not had the best of starts, and we've got Halifax on Tuesday. What do you think the outcome of those games will be, Ibby?
Good question, but I always fancy ourselves at home to win games. But Dave, we've already been there last season where we've not really killed teams off, and I just really hope we can bag 6 points out of these 2 games coming up because we started the season very well, but then we faded off.
It's only 6 games in it, and to be fair, we've improved on pretty much every result we've had. Like Fylde at home, we got beat last season, we won. Altrincham, we went away. We lost last season, we drew. I know it's only incremental improvements, but they are improvements, and the team are streets ahead where they were last season. Like no disrespect to the previous last crop of players, but you know, we had Sharon, who I was a big fan of, in the middle of the park. Now we've got
getting some praise at Hartlepool as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But we've got Kerr there. Hopefully, he comes back from injury because I like what I see. But Charsley, you've got Gardner, who obviously keeping fit. We should be all right. Conlon's coming into his own. He goes in and out of games sometimes. Lundstrom looks a different player from last season. We've got Raglan. We've got Monte, who have been playing really well. Hobson, I think he's been a bit shaky from time to time, but he'll come good. Regan Ogle, fantastic defender. I think we're just a bit imbalanced on the wing with Jez when we play Jez and Ogle, but I play Caprice and Ogle. Caprice and Jez, and see how that goes for the next game. You know, on opposite sides. Kitchen, when he came on, I thought he had a bit of an impact. He got more crosses in than Jez did because everyone put 2 on him. So I know it's not the greatest of results, but we're improving every time. Expected goals per game and stats that I've seen, even against Aldershot, although we got beat 4-1, we were expected to score 2 goals in that game, but lack of concentration. You're going to get those bad days at the office, but it's not the end of the world 6 games in, but we do need to start winning games quickly.
The thing is that at this stage now, like we're one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams on 9 points. So, and then it goes all the way. You know, you really apart from Edgefleet, you've only got 1. Edgefleet, one of the teams we've never beaten in this division. You know, and then the top team, the Edgefleet, are on 14, so only 5 points behind them. The thing is that if you start going into like when you have these little double runs, like these double enders, like Saturday and Tuesday, you can start losing ground quite quickly now. 6 games in, 9 points out of 6 games. Like I talked about it on the podcast. It's not actually massively different to what Unsworth's return was from the first equal number of games. But I think we're all confident that the team is improving. We've made more signings. We've had Otis Khan has signed.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. Maybe do you know much about him? Have you seen him play? What do you think of him?
He's a very good player because he's been at other clubs, and wherever he's been, he's done well. And I followed his career very well. But let's hope that his experience improves our squad. But the main question is, I think we do need a goal scorer coming in, guys, because we're just struggling in front of goals, sadly.
But we have got a goal scorer. We've got James Norwood, who has scored goals everywhere he's been. So surely the issue is not about having a goal scorer. It's about creating chances. And we're actually second in the table for shots on target. We're only behind Gateshead. We're making chances. We're just not putting them away. So surely the issue is the fact that Norwood is still getting back up to speed, and also how he plays in this team and what the best system is to accommodate Norwood.
Well, he's not played much of the pre-season, has he?
No, he's miles behind,
so he hasn't linked up with the squad. He's done training, but again, give him his chance, he'll finish it. He should have finished that one when it got cleared off the line, because he sort of tried to dink it over the keeper, didn't he? But he should have absolutely buried it. It should have been 2-0 up in the first half. But such is life, a bit rusty, and we'll move on. But again, it's not the end of the world, but we need to start winning games.
Yeah, I fully agree with you guys, but no one needs to stay fully fit. But as you know, when you're about 34, it starts kicking in, the injuries. So I think the club are looking at the market for a goal scorer. I've recommended a few players to the board that are free agent. Now it's down to the club whether they can afford them or it can be done. Well, at least me personally, there's Wagon that's out there on the market for free. Just left Derby Council. I would pinch him.
Yeah, he used to play for Rangers, didn't he, as well? But yeah.
Yeah, him and Joe Gardner did good things at Rangers and Ipswich, so he's on the market. I would love to see him sign, but can we afford him? That's the main question.
It's all about the dong, innit? That's what it is.
Yeah, so far I've been happy with the process, what's happening. But it's still early days, guys, and I still believe we will be up there.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think we need 2 up front. I think you've hit the nail on the head where you said we need 2 up front rather than 1 up front. We desperately need that.
2 strikers.
Yeah. Unless Dave, you come out of retirement and help hold them out.
I've had many negotiations with Luke Rothwell, but he just cannot meet my beef paste demands.
One of these days, someone's going to get a hell of a beef pasting off Latics.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Have you got a hair going out of your top lip that's longer than the rest of it's distracting me in this
yeah. Oh, it's a pube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a question. Earlier, when you said about Mickey Mellon of Blackpool, nobody knows whether he's applied for the job because managers can remain in jobs and they can apply for jobs. Remember that? We had it with Lee Johnson a few years back. Can you remember?
Yeah, but Barnsley made an official approach and Barnsley gave us 100 grand for him, I think. That's why he left, and Simon Corney had no option but to take it because we were in financial disarray, weren't we? So I think Barnsley made the official approach for us, really.
I think that Mellon he knows what he's doing here, and he's invested in it, and I think he wants to stay and he wants to finish the job.
100%.
So I'm not worried about that at all. To be honest with you, I think in modern football, the club's more likely to get rid of the manager before the manager leaves to go somewhere else voluntarily. That seems to be the way it is. We need consistency at the club more than anything. So I'm sure the club would bend over backwards to keep the manager for at least the term of his contract.
100%. Yeah. And I think on Saturday we've got a really good chance against Southend. They're not going to be easy to beat, but they haven't had the best of starts. They're 16th in the table, 3 draws, 1 win, 1 loss.
Yeah, in the last 5. So they're not on great. But look, if they win, they're up to 9 points, the same as us, aren't they? And in fact, their record is exactly the same as ours. in the last few games. So, but yeah, it's massive. It's just exciting though. I mean, I'm enjoying it, mate. I'm enjoying the games that the games are coming, and that there's already there seems to be a lot riding on them. So it's good. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm looking forward this season because I think it's wide open this league, and we just need to start winning, and the fan needs to support the players, and we will be up there this season because I've got a good feeling about it. Whether we win the league is a different story, but I think we will click this season.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, hopefully. Right, thanks for calling, Ibby.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Right, let's have a word with Brad. All right, Brad.
Hi, lad. You all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I'll be more happy if Mike Fondop stopped missing chances.
So would Mike Fondop.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah,
he must be absolutely gutted after the weekend, mustn't he? Because it does mean a lot to him, and he wants to score goals. He's a striker, so he must be. You know what?
He'll score an absolute worldie on Saturday, like a scissor kick or something like that from outside the box.
Plays an instinct, doesn't he? He's an instinct player. If he has to think about something, then he's just totally useless. And he's just coming out every game. He's coming on, and he's just missing sitters. He's just missing.
But he's in those positions though, Brad, isn't he? That's
the only positive that he can't keep missing them all, can he?
That's it.
No, I mean, I know it's not. This is not comparing at all, but that afternoon after the Alty game, got back and watched the second half of City game, and Haaland got put through, and just the way it was same thing 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he just dinked it. I mean, he was just superb. And I think for me, Fondop, he got away, but I think it was his second touch, just took it out of his path and into the defender, and it was from that touch you could see that he'd kind of messed it up, and he didn't quite have the pace to get away, and he did really, really well to nick it off the defender and get himself in that position. But the shot that he had was so tame, wasn't it? Such an easy save for the keeper. It was so disappointing.
But the keeper had already gone down as well, so you just dink it over him. That's what I would have done.
No, we got robbed of absolute limbs potentially in that away end as well.
That's what I was thinking, Brad. As he was running towards us, I was thinking this is going to be amazing if this goes in now. But it has been, hasn't it, a case of fine margins again. Like if some of those chances go in that we had against Altrincham and against Gateshead, we're 6 points better off now. We're on, we're on 15 points. We're top of the league.
Yeah, that's obviously positive, which I can obviously say we've been in most games. Probably apart from the Aldershot game, we have been the better team. We've deserved probably to win, but most of those games, obviously, apart from the Aldershot, we got absolute funk 4-1. But we got to win Sat. I feel like we've got to win Saturday. We can't be starting the season leaving it five games without a win already. You're thinking, fucking hell, here we go again. Then draws are going to start creeping in again. That's how we ended last season, drawing, not getting over the line.
It'll just become a habit, won't it? It'll just become a habit.
One, losing one.
Yeah, no, you accrue more points that way for sure. But I mean, what does Mellon have to do to what can he do? Because obviously it's down to the players missing the chances. Apart from the Aldershot game, we've not been conceding a lot of goals. What are the little tweaks you think that are needed to turn those draws into wins?
I don't know. It's hard to say because we are creating chances. I think you said before, I've seen it. We've second and more shots. I'd like to see a bit more creativity from the two centre midfield pairing of Conlon and Lundstrom, or whoever's next to them there, because I'd like to see a bit more from the centre midfield, because I think Charsley is going doing a lot of work. He was trying to get up with Fondop, weren't he, on Saturday? You look at it, but he was absolutely bollocks. He runs his socks off. I'd like to see him potentially there and maybe start Dolan. Like I said, he came on. He did a bit of footwork and created a few chances. So
he just ran at players, didn't he? He just ran at players, didn't he? That's what you need. Just run at players because they don't like it. Like right backs who were knackered, he just came on and ran at them and took 3 players on and just scuffed his cross. But he only had.
But we only got the ball. But we only got the ball to him once or twice, didn't we? That was the thing. You've got to get the ball to those players who can do that damage.
Exactly. We don't really play much in their half. We are passing it around really well. We just need to be stronger on the ball, take a bit more time, try and get it a bit more further forward. I don't mean like just lump it forward. take your time, get it forward, and get a few more shots off.
What's plan B? Because we played the same formation.
There isn't one at the moment, is there?
No, it's been.
I think we're just stuck in this formation. I thought second half, me and Gaz were stood next to each other. We thought we'd gone to a 4-3-3, the way we set up, but it eventually went back to the same formation. That may be a bit of a worry because I think the stronger teams are able to suss us out. So what we like to do, we give the ball to Month and try and get Month to play it out from the back. If you cut Month off, then we start to struggle a bit and we start panicking. With the same substitutions, obviously, we're always looking to bring Jens seems to always be coming off if he's not in the game for either Kitchen, and then Capri for Ogle seems to be one. But I'd like to see us go 2 up top. That might be in a 3-5-2 or maybe even a 4-4-2 at the time. But 2 strikers, especially when we're chasing the game, it's a definite. I'd like to see hopefully Garner's on the bench this week. So like I said, we need some options.
Yeah, I think that 5 across the middle is always going to change, but he's always going to stay. I think it's pretty much always going to be like you said, 2 up top, and then maybe just have one holding midfielder and one in behind as in the number 8 role. 2, we've got to just that midfield. I think is getting that right, and I think like you said, we need to be more direct. We need to be putting defenses on the back foot with the ball, so that we can cause some confusion. We're not getting the best out of Norwood. The best out of Norwood is get Norwood in the box and get shots away and get balls in and let him pick up the pieces. That's where he'll get most of his goals. He hasn't scored any goals, I don't think, that I can think of from outside the box. They're all in the box. So
yeah, that's what you want. That's where you want him, though. That's where you
exactly.
want him. We want him there in the middle, like there, where he got to the position where Charlie won the ball. He ran to the middle. Garner squared it, and he did. He was unselfish from Garner. He did really well to see him there, just for a tapping. That's what you want. That's what Norwood should be there for, tappings all the time. We need to. The thing about Norwood, he's very strong. He wins a lot more balls than what Fondop does in the air. He brings it down. He brings players in, and he does well. But we don't really want him to do that donkey work. We want him in the middle, ready on the end of chances. Because if he gets shot 9 times out of 10, he is scoring.
He's a poacher, isn't he? He's a poacher.
But but in those situations, like you're right. I mean, I noticed on Saturday when balls are going up, really high balls, like he's using his strength and he's actually getting a touch and bringing them down. He's winning headers. But if he is bringing them down, he needs to have the likes of Charsley and the other midfielders up around him to receive the ball so that he can go and he can make an advanced run. And that's why I think it needs to be like Gardner playing in that second number 10 role. He doesn't quite have the legs.
I think I think that's a problem which we went into after they scored. We didn't really press as much because obviously Norwood is obviously trying to conserve himself coming back from injury, and Garner is probably back of his mind. He's still thinking that he's going to pull up any second. So they weren't really pushing, and they was able to just get out pretty quick. And obviously, when we made a few subs, it did change. We were able to press a bit more, but we just need somebody. Garner was doing well when he was playing next to Conlon to get the balls there. I like to see a player like I said, Dolan go in there. Maybe he'd be able to press a bit more and get us further up the pitch because we just need to keep him in, and we can't let teams get hold of the ball.
I think in the last 2 games, like what's happened after the first goal has been quite telling. I think in the Gateshead game we went 1 down and we instantly pushed on. And we got ourselves back into the game by playing higher up the pitch and stopping Gateshead from playing. Against Altrincham, we went 1 goal up and sat off. Yeah. So like the goal have caused a reaction. Going 1 behind caused a positive reaction. Going 1 ahead caused a negative reaction. So we need that is pretty telling. I think maybe to do with the psyche of the team rather than it being a coaching thing.
Do you think the tactics are a bit outdated as well?
No, I think we're probably playing the best footballing we have done for a long time. I can't remember us ever getting it on the floor, pass it around in the last 4 or 5 seasons. We've barely done it. The only thing we're obviously concerned. I mean,
the standards over the last 4 or 5 seasons have been pretty low, bro.
Well, exactly, they have been poor.
But you're right, we are
down. Compared to last season. Like I said, when Mellon came in, it was a lot of hoofball, long ball. Everyone called him a dinosaur. But we got it. We're getting it down on the floor. We pass it around. We're very rarely going long unless we get one of them diagonal balls, someone's on the run. The only concerning thing from Mellon's interview, he said that, it would have been a comfortable win if we were going to see the game out for a bad ball. It doesn't seem like we are going to go for the kill in games. We're going to try to hold on for the 1-0 and maybe our defence holds out. I'd like to see us, once we get 1, get 2. Look at Barnet on Saturday. They battered someone 7-0. I thought that was going to be us in that first half when we were absolutely battering Altrincham before we scored. And I thought, it could be 3 or 4 potentially.
Is that a little bit of a home and away type thing though? Because I think when we went a goal up against Braintree, we did that. I mean, Barnet beat Tamworth 7-0 at the weekend, and they obviously just went on, and kept going and kept going. At home, I fancy that we might do that a bit more often. I think away from home, there's probably more of the tendency to try and protect what you've got. But
I'd like just go for it.
I agree completely, especially in the first half. If you're lucky enough or you work hard enough to score a goal in the first half, keep going. The game's not won or lost in the first half. But if you can make an advantage at, say, 2-0 at half time, you've got something far better to hold on to in the second half. I think sitting off after half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever it is after scoring a goal, no. It's not going to happen. You're not going to hold out. So, but look, I think that this team are going to get better. As the season goes on, I think that there's a lot to come back still in terms of players that have been injured and all that. New signings come into the side.
Yeah, have you seen this Oasis can play?
I saw him one of the friendlies.
What position does he play? Is he centre midfield, winger?
Left winger. Right. He was more on the left hand side. Maybe where Jez plays, but I don't think he's a defensive player. But
that's good though, because we need that though from the left. The left hand side needs that something different. But when Jesse's not having the impact of the game, or he's burnt himself out, there is, Kitchen. I thought Kitchen did well when he came on because he played quite high up the pitch and he got some crosses in. It'd be interesting if he's a natural left-footed player. That's him and Conlon, Kitchen. That's 3, which we've gone from having none to having 3, so that's not bad.
Exactly, but yeah, like I said, I feel like we need a winner. And obviously, you're seeing it at the moment. Like the attendances haven't been that great this season. Obviously, we get a win against Southend. Southend will probably bring about 300-400, so potential might hit 6,000. But we don't want to get people getting stuck in a rut and thinking, "Oh, but here we go again, another season of shit." Really, I think we need to be winning on Saturday.
How much of an issue do you think the £25 on the day match ticket is?
It's scandalous. I had a quick look on Southend's forum the other day. The other day to see? Obviously, people say that they have got a lot of injuries and stuff. So I had a quick read and on the Oldham thread. He said like, why is it? Why do you want to do it? There's no rationale behind it. And I have seen it on Twitter and stuff like that. Fans are saying like the people who were last minute, they don't want to go because it's 25 quid and it's the extra 5. It's a lot of money especially when you got the food prices as well, which are sky high. And somebody who's not really interested, I think, I don't want to pay 25 quid when Premier League you get there for 30 quid or better standards of football, even up in League One. Championship we're offering better, but it doesn't make sense to me. Why don't you just have it 20 quid all the time and have a cash turnstile?
Yeah, because that's the other thing as well. They're not accepting payments on the turnstile this season, are they? So that's not ideal either. So I think, look, these are some things that will have to be addressed. I think the most telling thing will be is if we do actually start winning and doing well and attendances don't climb, then I think don't climb as much as we would expect. Then that might be an indicator. Yeah. But for me, National League, 25 quid for National League it's
poor.
It's a sting, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we don't see it because obviously we've got season tickets and stuff, so we don't see it. But if you bring in a neutral along, they'll be like, Oldham, 25 quid, not top of league, not winning games. Yeah. Why am I bothering?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, I've always been of the mindset. I know. I'm sure the club sit down and do the maths and all that and work out. Well, I've always been of the mindset that more people in the ground spend more money, create a better atmosphere, etc., and cost is a major factor. So look, we'll have to see, and we'll have to see what they make of it and how it pans out for next season. See if they keep it the same or if they bring
attendances speak for themselves. Don't
prices rarely fall. That's the thing.
Well, exactly. Yeah, you very rarely see prices fall, and you always see them increase. And stupid.
Yeah, or they
but
freeze
like
for
Dave said, the
X amount of
attendances
time.
are speaking for themselves. It's been really poor, I think, because obviously we've easily dropped 1,000, maybe 1,500 fans since last season. It's and we're only into the third season, and people get stuck in the same. People get in a rut and thinking, "Oh, if nothing happens this season, that's another maybe 500,000 off," and we just end up back at poor crowds. We need to capitalise on these potential high crowds and stuff, and pricing fans out of it. I think it's just wrong.
I think as well. I mean, at this level, like I said at the beginning of the season, this is the most depressing fixture list I've ever seen.
Yeah,
you're looking at it, you're thinking, right, who's going to bring a few with them?
Halifax,
York,
Rochdale.
maybe Halifax, Rochdale. You're not looking at it going, oh, Sheffield United, Bolton. You know what I mean? Chef Wednesday. Burnley,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? They're going to bring. You're not looking at anything remotely like that, or even Bradford or Stockport, Wrexham,
Leeds,
and just endless clubs that Barnsley, whatever. But you're looking at it and you're thinking, even when we were in League One and clubs like Norwich and Southampton, it's bloody miles away. They'd bring loads with them, and it's just those are the things. Like now you're looking at it and you're going, a coach load from here and a coach load from there, and it obviously has a massive impact on Latics matchday finances as well. So I guess maybe part of the pricing increase is sort of balancing that out as well with the lack of away day, away fans paying on the day and stuff.
Even like the problem obviously got last season all the commercial side of things were sold out as well, and they're really struggling. It looks like they're always asking for people to be match day sponsors, and like I said, that they've increased that as well. So people again thinking, I'm not doing that, it's too much money. It's all right when you're winning games and you're getting promotions and getting to finals and stuff like that. You might be able to charge it, but when you're not been in the playoffs for nearly 20 years, it's not really good, is it?
Not really, no. But it's, as I say, we've just got to start winning games, and that's how you get the crowd, bring the crowds in as well. A few good results and
but I mean,
but then again, it's.
When you think back to when we were good. That very brief window in history. But the pricing, you could just decide to go. It was like £4 for an adult.
Inflation, that though, isn't it?
I know, but it's significant. It wasn't a lot of money then. Going to watch the Latics then wasn't a lot of money.
And get a fish and chips for £1 and still have change.
I know. But football was the price of football was more.
And that was a Thatcher government as well.
Well. More in it was more in line. It was affordable. Like the bottom line is it was affordable. The bottom line is it was affordable then, and you could just decide to come and you could pack it out because football has inevitably changed a lot, and we're at national league level now. Rather,
Bradford City, as Chris says, they did like a £200 season ticket, and they had like 15,000.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know what the answer is.
No, I mean we're at that point where you've got an ownership that are pumping loads of money into the club, and they want to start seeing that level out, don't they? It's difficult. I know that Dale Harris is now the new commercial manager, so it's his job to bring in new sponsorships and revenues and stuff like that, and the club has to try and get as much money out of the community as it possibly can. It's that fine balance between getting money out of the community and the fan base without exploiting the fan base. And I think in football, we're seeing it all the time now, aren't we? That fans are just the ones who just get more and more rinsed because they're the ones that are prepared to pay. I suppose there's only a finite amount of people that will pay into a football club, innit? And that's the supporters.
Can I ask a question about the trust?
Yeah.
Of the trust spoke to fans and asking what they think the pricing should be.
I don't know.
We've done it before.
I've
done it recently, and what the feedback is, just so you can feed it back into the club.
I'm sure that they're having these conversations with Darren on a regular basis about pricing and stuff. But look, the pricing is what it is now for this season. It's not going to change. The only thing that's going to, like you said already, like we said, is the only thing that's going to bring more people in is wins and a promotion push. So,
and Thatcher.
What are your feelings about the next two games, Brad? Are you confident that we're going to get a haul of points or what?
I don't know.
Bearing in mind that Halifax are a bogey team, we haven't beat them yet.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. We need to, like you said it on the podcast, these bogey teams, we need to turn them over. We haven't turned one over yet. Well, Wilson turned them over. We need to go. Halifax are shit. Halifax are boring football, crap. crap style, and but you just somehow plod on and get results. They're just shit.
Physical, aren't they?
Fans. It's a shit pitch. They're just shit.
Is it one of those things though, where like?
It's how you really feel, Brad.
Is it one of those things, Brad, where it's all just Lancashire Yorkshire thing? We're a big game for them, aren't we? And I think it's one of those things where it's a big thing, a much bigger thing, a bigger occasion for Halifax to be playing Oldham than it is the other way around. And I think that as a club, they're well up for it. Exactly.
When I was when I was about 13, 14, our rivals, my rivals were Tranmere and Huddersfield. That's who we always played. And like I said, when we played Huddersfield, everyone got up for it, and like packing up there. Like I said, Halifax, I prefer going to Halifax than it is to Rochdale. On there, because obviously it's a good stand and stuff like that, but it's just nothing there on there. But I like the Lancashire Yorkshire rivalry.
Me too. Yeah. I'd rather it was Huddersfield, though, like you say, in Bradford, and Sheffield and that, rather than.
Exactly,
Halifax,
yeah. But it needs 2 wins. I love 2 wins. We need, but home wins are important now. Like I said, to bring fans back and to start the season. Southend, we all said Southend are going to be up there at the start of the season. I'd rather be beating potentially one of our rivals.
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Should be a good game. We beat them last season, didn't we? So at home. So they didn't even get to the last game.
No, we drew, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Right.
Yeah, 1-1.
Against Southend?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did.
Right, okay. Well, they didn't even get to the game at the weekend, did they?
Well.
Oh, no, that should have been a forfeit.
We've got Claydon waiting, so yeah.
So bugger off, Brad.
No, appreciate it, lads.
All right, thanks for calling, mate. Appreciate it. See you in the Rochester Road end at the weekend.
Will do.
Before we go to Claydon, see you, mate.
Yeah. Talking of low prices for great merch.
Value.
It's hot new merch, sexy merch. It's hot new merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
Visit weareoldham.co.uk/shop now to see our brand new range of hot, sexy merch.
It's hot new merch, sexy merch. It's hot new merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
Yes.
Oh.
You're getting into that then.
We were proper.
Right, so Claydon is now in line for the Oasis ticket giveaway.
Yes.
So let's bring him in. Hello, Claydon.
You have been on before, guys. So, yeah.
I know you have, but you've been on less than Ibby and Brad, and there's no one else waiting. So that
John Bramall's going to be all over.
That qualifies, doesn't it? So we've got this Oasis ticket giveaway.
So
what's the question, Dave?
The question is, what was Oasis originally known as before Oasis?
I ain't got a clue.
You've got a backup question. Because we need to give these away. We need to give them away now.
Name me 2 members other than the Gallagher brothers in Oasis.
Band Oasis.
Yes.
I don't know that either, mate.
Where are Oasis from in Manchester?
Oh, fucking hell. It's at Burnage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I know that
indeed.
one.
Yes.
All right.
So you have won.
You've won the Oasis ticket giveaway.
Yeah.
You've got one.
Yeah, I've got one.
And I've got one.
Yes, there we go.
You ready? It's the Oasis ticket giveaway. So we've got 2 bottles of Oasis and we've got 2 tickets for Saturday's game. So can you make the game? Have you got a season ticket?
Yeah, mate.
Have you got anyone that you would want them for the Rochdale Road end?
Yeah, do you know what I do?
All right, well, you can have them. I'll tell you what, we'll leave them at the ticket office in an envelope with your name on.
And
signed by Liam and Noel. Don't open your Oasis, that's for him.
No, it's all right.
You just get another one. So anyway, well done for winning the Oasis ticket giveaway. What else would you like?
Sponsored by Oasis.
Oasis. What else would you like to talk about?
Yeah.
It's just like follow-ons from what Brad said, really, and all that. I think we've become a bit of a draw specialist, haven't we? So that's what I put in before about the results, really, because I was like, how many games have we drawn? It feels like every other game we draw. And then when I looked through, we obviously had that spell at the end of last season, didn't we, where we were just drawing, losing, drawing. And so that's when I looked at that, and I think, like I say, we've drawn 40% of games under Mellon. Which for me, which I know things have changed, and I know we've signed new players. I'm hoping Oasis Khan is the answer, because other than that, it's same old, isn't it? We've obviously had some changes this season, and I think we've been unlucky, if I'm honest. But I don't know. It's just it felt like we took the foot off the gas when we played Alty. Like, they scored, and again we just sat back, and we saw it so many times last season. And I don't know whether it's mentality. I don't know whether it's a tactical decision to be like, well, let's protect a 1-0 lead. But
do you think the conditions came into play? Because it was red hot at Alty. It was hard conditions when it's playing, I think.
It is, but it's the same conditions for them than it is for us. That's not an argument, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're playing on the same pitch.
Just because you were hot, Dave. So I would like to just mention the difference between us getting the draws this season and getting the draws last season. Because last season, I think this has been brought up before, we weren't looking like winning games. We were hanging on for draws rather than, looking like we should have taken the points away. This season, with the exception of Aldershot, obviously, we've looked like we could easily have won the other game. So I think it feels like there's that tipping point which is going to take us in the right direction rather than draws being the best we can manage. So I'm not too concerned. I know we are drawing too many games, and I want us to start turning those draws into wins, but I'm not overly concerned so long as we keep making those chances. Because once Norwood was fit, once Garner's back, like, we've got Dolan, looks like he might be able to, get on the end of things, and Khan coming in. I think the goals are going to come. I'm pretty confident. And plus, I don't think, apart from when we have collective brain fart days like we did at Aldershot, that we are going to keep a relatively low goals against count. So does that give you any consolation, or do you think that there's deeper issues than that?
I think there's still deeper issues. I still think we need a striker that isn't James Norwood. Joe Garner, again, is a player. He's 37-year-old now. He's old, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? And he's still a very capable player. I'm not trying to knock him. He was quality last season, but I think Joe Garner works alongside Mike Fondop. We saw that last season, and that seemed to be a little partnership that worked. But my concern with Norwood is he's what's Norwood, 34. Yeah. He can't do a full 90 minutes with his legs, and if you do, you're going to probably get to a point in the season where he's injured because he's just going to run. He's going to break down. I think we still need to look for a striker to partner him. I think if you get that, if you've dropped a striker, so if Norwood becomes injured, Garner becomes injured, you're still in a situation where you've got somebody else to turn to. I think the issue at the minute is I don't think you can turn to Fondop because I don't think he's consistent enough. He is, as you said, he's a bit of a. Brad said it before. He's a bit of a initiative player. He's a bit of an impulse player. The balls at his feet, instinct. That's it. Yeah, if the ball's at his feet and he gets a quick reaction, he'll score. And then he'll do mental stuff. But I just don't think he's consistent enough to be winning, to be scoring goals every game. That's gonna drag you up.
But there's Reid as well. Everyone's forgetting Reid. Everyone says he don't fancy him.
Mickey Mellon's forgot him.
He's gone. He's gone in here. Mellon don't like him. I think half the fan base don't like. Well, I don't. There's nothing on the guy other than the Christmas thing, which was a bit. I think was a bit of banter in hindsight. It just got. It got obviously put it on social media, and that's the problem with social media.
I know, but he's turned the corner. He looks fit. He looks. When he came on against Braintree, he nearly scored, but and he's had a bit part against Aldershot, hasn't he? 25 minutes. You've got to give the lad a chance. You know what I mean? But I think Reid would have put that away me.
No, I agree. I think he's a different type of striker, though. But the chap you had on the podcast, that you put out. I don't think he'd have been in the situation to win the ball back to get that.
Yeah.
Like, got created that.
Oh,
And credit,
the one in the
credit
area
to
where
him,
he
though.
blazed it over, Fondop. I think Reed would have scored that as well. I think, early on in the second half. Well,
The thing
early
is,
on when he came on. But
if he's not getting picked, he's not going to score, is he? And he's not.
well, that's the most obvious
He's
statement.
not getting picked, is he? So the manager's, making that decision based on.
Welcome to Guru Matt's
Listen, I'm
obvious
a football
statements.
genius.
I think we've had a tough run of games as well. I have to say we've got another couple of tough games as well because Southend aren't a pushover team. Neither are Filed, neither are Gateshead. Aldershot. I don't know where.
If we beat Southend, it'll give us so much confidence going into the Halifax game.
Yeah.
And the fans need to get on the referees back like they did against Filed. The other thing I'm concerned about is that we conceded a really poor goal against Filed.
And Alty.
And if you let me finish, and Altrincham and not Gateshead, they're really poor defensive goals to concede. So that needs to be shored up.
Yeah.
Because that bloody Altrincham goal was an absolute joke. 3 man in the box. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah. We keep getting hit on the counter. So we got hit by 4 by Aldershot on the counter. Each of their goals came from a quick turnover and a quick movement through the middle. And if you look at where our midfield, our 2 supposedly holding midfield players are, when we have the ball, Conlon drifts into some kind of left-back position for some reason, and the other midfielder drifts wide as well, so they just open a massive gap. So that's what happened against Gateshead, the same thing, where we lost the ball quickly, they turned it around, found a man in the centre, and then neither centre midfielder there. The defenders backed off, and he just hit the ball and found the corner. And
Lundstrom needs to be more physical as well, I think. I think he was quite physical at the first half an hour against Altrincham, and then he just sort of just lost his confidence. He's like really bizarre.
Lundstrom has looked like he's becoming more of a player in spells in games rather than for a full 90 minutes yet. But he's definitely improved, and I'm happy about that.
He'll be a player in about 3 or 4 years. He'll be a player in him when he grows up a bit. And I don't mean like he's immature. I mean when he gets a bit older, he gets a bit more experience. Like when he gets a bit more like calm and level-headed, he'll be fine. But I think he does overthink things a little bit. Mellon alluded to it last year, didn't he? When he said he's not there, his head's not there, and for the manager to come out publicly and say something like that about you as a player speaks volumes to me.
He's 25 years old. He's still going to come good. 27,
but he needs to be in his peak, doesn't he? At 25, 26, 27.
The concern is like whether he grows as a player as we grow as a team. Because I don't want to be in this league in 3 years' time. And I don't see enough out of him to be like he's a League 1, League 2 player, which is where I want to be looking in 3 years' time. Do you know what I mean? I think all fans want to be in that situation. The concern is just we need to be more clinical, and we're creating chances, but we're not taking them. And for me, then you're looking at who's putting the ball in the back of the net, and you've got to look at your strikers. I do agree, like Gardner playing far further forward just seems a bit silly. I think he was good alongside Conlon. I don't know why he's pushed him further up. I agreed with what you said on the pod as well about Charsley. I'd like to see Charsley a little bit further back because his energy, I think, would, alongside someone like Conlon, be invaluable because and then it frees you up to put Dolan and Otis Khan further forward, and that gives you attacking players in Dolan who we know you saw what he could do against who did we play? Altrincham, weren't it? Was it Altrincham when he
when he came on? Yeah.
Look, I think what he can do there. So if you give him,
there is a bit more experimenting to be done, isn't there, from Mickey Mellon maybe in that midfield area, like you say, with some of those players, because the rest of it seems to pick itself, doesn't it? The back 3, the wing backs, pretty much. The issue with the forward, but that middle area, there seems a bit of. There's a few options. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to Garner coming back for, and this is something we don't have enough of. He wins a lot of free kicks, and he's good with the dark arts.
He's got the nous.
We still haven't got that in our team. We're still not nasty enough, and we don't win games by frustrating and doing enough. Cheating. Let's just be honest, because other teams do it. Gateshead are buggers for it. There are other teams that we've had in this league that are more cynical, and we are not very cynical. Gardner brings that. It's not entirely what you want to model your team off, but it does help. It does help you to grind out results sometimes and create free kicks and chances and stuff like that. So that's something. But I mean, again, what we need is we just need Norwood to be bagging 30 goals. Simple as that, really.
And Oldham winning games.
Yeah, we had concerns about it last season. You're relying on a 37-year-old and a 34-year-old to score you like however many goals this season that are going to put you at the top end of the table. I'm not saying age is the only factor, because it isn't. Their experience is invaluable and they're both quality players, but I don't think those legs last you a full season. So I expect Garner to pick up a couple of injuries. I expect Norwood to pick up a couple of injuries. The question is, what do we do then? What do we do when those players are injured? Where do we turn to? You turn back to Mike Fondop, and we're having the same conversations about him not being clinical enough and not being good enough for a full game. Then you're going, okay, well, do we put Reed in, and then does he do that? And then so then you're saying, well, what do we do? I think it's obvious that he was in the market for a striker. I think it was Andy on your pod who said we can't sign players from the EFL because the transfer window's shut. We can sign players from the EFL. They can sell players. They just can't buy players. That is how the FA rules are written. I looked on when I listened to the pod. So effectively, they can sell players or loan players. Yeah, sell players or loan players. They just can't buy players. So they can effectively, it's the same if United were selling to Saudi, they could buy a player whenever because Saudi don't have a window.
I think Sarcevic went from Bolton to Stockport when Stockport were in the National League, didn't they? That FA Cup run. So you're quite right.
Just
so
noticed
there's still options. There's still options. I just think we need to move on from this Josh Stones talk. I think that needs to go. I think.
To our credit, we haven't mentioned him once, have we?
No, and I have sort of heard a rumor that the deal is dead. So don't hold your.
I think we all gathered that without any rumours, Dave.
Well, they had an absolute mare yesterday for Wigan. He played yesterday, didn't he? Lasted 51 minutes and then got hooked. So don't know. They lost 2-1 against Morecambe, who've just signed. There's Morecambe who've signed was it? A couple of hours, Hope and Tollett, yeah. And they beat Wigan 2-1 yesterday. So there you go.
Sign them back.
Well, no, please don't.
Right, let's move on to our caller.
Thanks,
Clayton.
Cheers,
mate. Well, so we'll leave the tickets in the ticket office with your name on it.
Nice one.
Saturday,
cheers.
Right. All right.
Cheers,
guys.
Bye.
Listen, we can't after. No.
Oh.
Remember, after the porn incident that we had, Dave. anyone who's there claiming to be called Ian Dowie, but with no camera on, that's a red flag.
Put your camera on, Ian.
That is a red flag.
Put your camera on, Ian, and we will let you in.
We do not put that on because next thing you know, there'll be, I don't know, porno on our screens. We don't want that. So we'll be
with you in a minute, Danny.
Something sexy first. Action. Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage? What's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
A macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk. Oh.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave a
macchiato,
then go to buymeacoffee.com/We Are Oldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Oh. Thank you, listeners.
Danny!
All right. How you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good.
Just want to say, Oldham fans at the minute, it's almost as though we've got Unsworth back. It's so negative and moaning and making rumours up and moaning. I'm just ill with it.
Is your glass very much half full? Is it at the minute? How are you feeling?
A lot more positive. I've not had an heart attack at a match yet.
Well,
you must be missing Sharon and Shelton massively.
Can't swear. Can't say that name.
Scored a goal on Saturday. He scored a goal on Saturday, didn't he? Old Chelsea baby.
I don't know. No way. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I know he did, but no, we're not.
No, we're not.
We've moved on. What's it like? Well, how do you feel now when you're at the games? What's your overall sort of feeling of compared to last season before, etc.?
I'm enjoying it a lot more. I've said to the family I'm not doing as many away games this season because it took over the last couple of seasons. But I'm looking forward to home games a lot more. The pattern of the play is a lot better. there is an issue up front, but I'm sick of that Josh Stones rumour. That died last season. He wasn't coming back, was he? But people aren't happy unless they're moaning. They could put ticket prices down to £10, and people would moan that they're not putting down to £7.50.
It'd be too busy. It'd be too
pull
busy.
your
And
head
you
out
can't
your
get to the
arse.
past. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And just crack on. You know, it's
I'm the
pathetic.
same. I'm the same. I mean, when you look back, I mean, this is our 5th season doing the podcast. So you look at the previous 4 seasons. By this stage in the season, it was just abysmal. You know, we were already just like looking ahead, thinking, "Oh my God, this is going to be awful," and we're genuine grapes and a pineapple. Dave's doing some drawing.
I'm just thinking.
You know, he's drawing some fruit. He drew a willy a bit before, but
Right,
anyway, he's but you know, we were already thinking this is going to be a really, really hard, horrible season. It's not like that this season, is it? All right, we would like to have had more points, but the football's been a lot better. There seems to be a lot more promise. There's better footballers. It's a different vibe altogether for me.
Yeah,
we're improving. We're improving it. Like as I said, you know, we were getting beat off these teams last season. We're getting a point. I know it's a point, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? You know, but it's just we just need to start the games quicker at home, and I think against Fylde we did. You know, we were very poor against Gateshead, but we improved in the second half and should have won it. So it's
where do you think that? I mean, just to challenge you on about your morning. I mean, we know that there are certain fans. Where are you seeing it? You know, Rob thinks that most people are trying to be positive. Is that something you've experienced? Is it online or what? Where is it?
Online, yeah. In the ground, the fans are a lot more less vocal in negativeness, if that's a word. They're not as vocal at the minute, but you can almost see it's teetering. Like people are dying for someone to mess up so they can go mad, or you know, it's just like just give it a rest. We're a new team now. We're a new team. We've got ideas, and we just need to get behind them and not be so impatient. You know, just. I was one of the biggest boo boys last couple of years. This season, I've just took a backward step and thought I can see what's trying to happen at the club.
Well, like with Fylde, when we went 1-0 down, we battered him, and then we went 1-0 down, and I thought the good reaction from the crowd. Then again, we got a bet. Like the first half against Gateshead, it wasn't the best reaction, but second half we got right behind him. So at home, I think we are turning a corner to some degree, but we are going to get beat at home, and we will lose games at home, and that's the thing. We haven't lost at home yet, but you know we could do. So we just need to keep that positivity going, don't we?
I think that the team, to be fair, have given us more to get behind them at Boundary Park this season. I think they've not. You know, obviously Braintree was the one win, and Braintree were poor, and you know we're never in any danger in that game. The other games that we've drawn, we've not been in the game fully, but we have done enough either in one half or the other to for the crowd to get behind him. And I think that like, you know, the crowd, all fans always ever say is if you give us something to get behind you, then we'll get behind you. Sometimes it's a big tackle, sometimes it's, you know, whatever, a goal or whatever, but the crowd have reacted to the way that the players have reacted. I hate Altrincham away. It's such a crap away day. There's no atmosphere. It's really hard to generate an atmosphere because it's got no roof on it. It's a real tough one. So I'm really looking forward to the next 2 games where we'll be watching the game under a roof, and we'll be able to generate some noise and get behind the team. And again, I fancy us, like, if we score early and we keep playing the way that we have been doing when we've been in the ascendancy, that we can finish teams off at Boundary Park pretty early. I'd love to see us do that, even again, especially against a team like Southend who are no mugs. It'd be nice to see us get out there, get at them, get an early goal, get another goal, you know, score 2 goals in the first half, and then, you know, right, okay, we feel confident about this. And if we can just... That's really the thing we need to flick to. Not concede early, not concede a stupid goal. You know, go in fairly comfortable at half time. Let Mickey do his changes, and let's have a nice, comfortable home win on Saturday for a change.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it won't be easy. That's the thing, and you know that's the thing. I think we've got to that point now, haven't we, where we're able to look back over our last couple of seasons, and we know now. even when we play Tamworth, who you'll say, well, Tamworth got battered 7-0 off Barnet. It won't be an easy game.
No,
There's
it's
no
difficult
easy
final,
games
isn't
in
it?
this division, regardless of what division it is. They've all been tough. The Aldershot game when we beat them at home, was that the highest scoring game we've had? We scored 5 against them since we've been in this division. We've not, I mean, obviously we've not been very good ourselves, but we've not found any game easy, I don't think.
No.
They've all been really tough. So
Yeah, I think Braintree was pretty easy, weren't it? But
hey, it was as easy as
every
as
game
easy
in
as
this division should be easy.
Yeah.
yeah, well,
It's not though, is it? It's
No.
not. But like, you know,
No.
like there are teams like you know, we mentioned on Wrexham, Notts County, Chesterfield, who've been so good for this level, but such good squads for this level that they've taken a massive amount of points off most other teams. They're the anomalies. They're not the usual. You know, obviously, you always get a surprise package. You know, I don't know if Eastleigh will be able to keep it up this season. Gateshead, you'd imagine, would be pretty strong through the season.
We just have to worry about ourselves, not worry
Exactly.
about anyone else. And we just need to, you know, just bloody just win games and just move up the table. And I think we are going to win on Saturday. I do, and I'm really looking forward to Halifax away as well. Are you going to Halifax?
Yes.
You get your ticket.
Yes.
Are you going, Danny? Halifax away?
Depending on work where I am, it will be one that I will go to if I'm working at home, because it's not a far away game. It's only 20 minutes from my house, so
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
do
it's-
that one.
Just a reminder that from Chris about Dorking away last season. We beat
5-1.
Dorking 5-1, didn't we? With Fondot scored a hat trick. And that was our first away win of the season in January under
God,
Unsworth.
I know,
Wasn't it?
how bad's that?
So that was pretty bad. But yeah, but those kind of games are a bit of, again, like the freak results are. Well, that was anyway, because we were so bad usually. But I just feel that there's despite the fact that we've only got 9 points, which is not the worst, but there's overall there's more of a consistency this season, isn't there, in the performances and the way that we're playing, more than there has been.
Do you think we'll sign do you think we'll get another striker in?
It's frozen.
Danny!
He's scary when he stares at you like that, isn't he? He's not blinked.
Danny, you back?
Oh,
You
he's back now. Oh,
the Wi-Fi and the boundary bars shaky. Do you think we'll sign another striker?
I think we need to. I do think we need to, but I think Reid needs to call it a day now, doesn't he, and try and find a different club. He's not going to get a look in once Garner's fully fit. But we can't rely on just 3 strikers, I don't think, because
no.
them two are old. Norwood and Garner getting on a bit now.
What type of striker would you go for? A header, tall, you better knock it down for Norwood, or would you find it a bit more of a Josh Stones type of player who running at players and creating space to bring like the likes of Norwood into position?
I want someone a bit like who run in. Do you remember that? What was he called? That little black fellow that used to play for us, Junior Agogo.
Yeah.
He used to get us loads of free kicks everywhere, penalties and everything. Someone that's tricky on the ball and quick and that'll run in and he's not scared.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was flashes that Dolan might be that kind of player at the weekend. He gets on the ball. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see who's available and who's within the budget. But I think you're right. I think you've been saying quite a bit, haven't you, that you think that the sort of the obsession with trying to get Matt Smith, if that was the case,
we put all our eggs in one basket. I think that's the difficulty in the summer. You should have 2 or 3 options. They may have. I
don't like the obsession that we've got at the minute. Fans going, should we sign him back? Should we sign them back? It's just like we've never done anything really.
Yeah, there's always been an element of you're frozen, so I'll cut in. But there's always been an element of that Latics, haven't there? Like wanting people back as if they're going to be amazing because they had a half decent spell with us. I mean, Matt Smith was shite for all. We had 2 good games, and that were it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So
I'll never forget him scoring that all goal. Yeah.
That's why I couldn't get to grips with why were people buzzing to get him back. I was like, I watched him both seasons. I was like, he's not a good player, him.
But he did well for himself, didn't he? All things considered. So, it is what it is. But look, we need players. And Mickey Mellon said it himself. He wants to bring players in now that are going to go with him through this division, up through the divisions.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need players who are, young and hungry or at the peak of their powers so that they can stay in the team for the next 2 or 3 seasons. So, and I'm sure that everybody else wants those players. And the types of players that we want, I presume, are targets for league clubs rather than national league clubs, aren't they? We're not competing against other teams in this division for players. I don't think we're competing against teams above, clubs in leagues above us, and I think that's what makes it difficult. So there's obviously not a massive players out there that we'd have to choose from. And we've seen it. We've seen it with the likes of your mate Shelton and that. We've signed players in recent seasons almost because we had to have players in the squad that just weren't up for it. I'd rather us be patient and bring in the right players than just make signings that are ultimately not going to be good enough. And Mickey Mellon, remember, knows what a good player looks like, and he knows what he's doing. So we just have to trust in him, don't we?
I think he'll be all right, me Mellon. Last season, I thought, what have we done? We've got another bloody Unsworth here. Binman was saying, trust me, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And I think he has made massive improvement at the minute with who he's brought in. The team's got time to gel now. I think Christmas time will be a turning point in our season. We need to just knuckle down now, get to Christmas, and then just pan everyone.
Here. Absolutely. Right, nice one. Thanks for getting in touch, Danny.
All right, can I just wish me lad Reese, he's 13 on Saturday if he gets there. So he'll be at the Latics game on Saturday.
Happy birthday to Reese.
He's at
and I'm really... Go on, sorry. He's at it what?
He was like, you better mention it's my birthday. I said, no, you ring up. But he wouldn't. Was
it the Kevin and Perry sketch with Harry Enfield when he turns into a teenager and he's all dead sweet and innocent, and then the clock turns midnight and he turns into a teenager. So
about 6 months ago he turned. I was just like,
oh right, he's turned already.
Yeah.
Well,
turned.
Well, happy birthday, Reese.
Yeah, happy birthday, Reese. You've not been on the phone in for ages, mate. So
you're let down.
Yeah. Right, nice one. Cheers, Danny.
Cheers, chaps.
See you soon, mate. See you, mate. Bye. Right, there we go. Another Latics football phone in. Done.
I really want to speak to Ian Dowie.
No, look, he went, didn't he? There was a red flag, that, Dave. That wasn't Ian Dowie. We could have asked him if he's actually been applying for the Latics jobs. No,
don't ask him. Just ask for Ascan. He knows everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, we will be back on Monday for the podcast. You won't, will you?
No, I won't.
No. Good. Everyone's glad about that. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
The Latics Football Phone-In is a QPod production for We Are Oldham, dedicated fan media. If you'd like to know more about QPod, visit kupod.co.uk.